Sipes, stop texting your girlfriend. Let me see some boobs. How come Slimer's not dancing? Let's go, Slimer. I like it, Miranda. I like it. I like it. All right, that's good. Just to get my energy up. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the Ship It Show.
Extreme Ghostbusters. Okay, let's go around the room and just introduce yourself. Say your name, how you'd like to be addressed during the show, and where everyone can find you on social. And I'm going to go in order of my screen. So, Jarrett.
Hey, I'm Jarrett Pressman, and you can find me everywhere at Probably Jarrett.
At Probably Jarrett.
You got it.
Okay, cute. I like it. I like the outfit. And then I have Emma.
Hi, yeah, my name's Emma. You can find me on Instagram at Emma Meligne, so just like you see on your screen. You can find me with this name on Facebook as well, and I'm Emma in Candyland on TikTok, but I don't really use TikTok that much. But
you should. You look gorgeous. I can't wait to get into your costume. All right, I have Kieran.
Hi, we're the South Inland Sea Ghostbusters. You can find us on South Inland Sea Ghostbusters on Facebook or SOS Ghostbusters UK on Instagram.
Okay, so you're Kieran.
And this is James.
James. Okay, Kieran, James, and Slimer. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
If you haven't met Miranda, she is our resident everything. And she's an incredible artist, and she's here to help you with us today. And then, you know, that guy, that Beast Boy guy.
And whatever.
Yo. What up, party animals? Thanks for watching the Ship It Show. Thank you all for being on the show today. It's our first show in a while, and it's exciting to be back.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has. And, you know, I was inspired, actually, by Emma. So let's start with her. I saw her cosplaying Kylie, and Jarrett, Kieran, James. We don't see many Kylie's, right? I mean, maybe you guys do because you're in a Ghostbusters group, but in general at Comic-Cons, right? You don't see a lot of Kylie's. Am I right?
You don't see a lot of Extremes, to be fair. Yeah, I'd say so. I've seen a lot of the real Ghostbuster cosplays and obviously the normal Ghostbuster cosplays.
Yeah. And it's a little disappointing being she was really the first female Ghostbusters. The movie for the female Ghostbusters was long after Kylie made an appearance. So, Emma, thank you for inspiring us. I want to know what inspired you, and then I want you to, well, start there, and then we'll dive in a little bit. What inspired you?
So, yeah, I just love the show. I just love Kylie. So she's like my spirit animal. So I really wanted to cosplay her. And like you said, we don't really see her, like, anywhere. Like at Extreme Ghostbusters, it's so underrated in my opinion because it was a really good show, and it's such a shame that's only been one season. But yeah, it was really innovative, and it was just a great show. And so I can do a rundown of the outfit. It's going to be a bit long because it was a bit like a collaborative work. But like
give it to us.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the armor. So the armor was designed by Jen from the Dangerous Ladies. So she's a 3D design artist, and so I came up to her and I was like, I really want something that's gonna fit me, because obviously it's really difficult to have like an armor, especially a cartoon armor fits to your specification, because you want to do justice. And so yeah, we went back and forth, like a lot of trials and things like that. And so I 3D printed it. My 3D printer is kind of small, so I had to split everything in four. And so everything that, you have to do after 3D printing it, which is sanding and painting and, figuring out which color is going to work and all things like that. So that took a lot of work. I think the whole costume took like 6 months to make. But yeah, so the armor itself, and the trap also was from Jen, so I 3D printed it and everything. The wig is from Mia. She's Mia's Monster Mash. She's amazing. I go to her for all of my wigs. She's awesome. Then I can talk about maybe the gun and the trap. It's gonna be. I'm probably gonna have to get up, but like, so I have the
Yes,
gun.
get up, girl.
Yes, and it lights up.
Yeah, I do my own electronics, so yeah. So I did a light in the trap.
She's next level, man. She's next level.
So same thing. I 3D printed it. I found those on Thingiverse. I think the author was the Legend of Mart. So I once again 3D printed it and worked on that. Added lights. I got a PKE meter as well from Extreme
Yeah, she does.
You could be a real life Ghostbuster.
She is a real life Ghostbuster.
I mean, I do have all of the other outfits.
All your electronics 3D printed.
So yeah, I meant that. Then I got the walkie-talkie, which actually is a real walkie-talkie that was designed out of Motorola Saber 2. So that's actually exactly how it shows on the show. So that was kind of cool. So same thing, I repainted it and like make it as you see it in the show. And I have the walkie-talkie holster here, which is made of vegan leather because I'm vegan as well. So like everything, I know. So everything, like all of my cosplays, I really try to make everything vegan because it's really hard because I feel like in the world of cosplays, there's so much leather used, and so when I can, I'm gonna do everything in vegan leather. So
you're the best.
We love Emma.
We love her.
Girl. Amazing.
So yeah, and that was designed by Dave. He goes by Duray Egons. Maybe you guys in the UK knows him.
Yes, we know him very well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's amazing.
Right.
Like,
You know what?
so I went to him and I was like, I really want a vegan holster for this, and he was like, "Yep, let's do it." And yep,
Yeah, amazing. I love
So
that.
incredible.
Emma, you look amazing, and I get that too. Like, because when you're cosplaying something, like you want to feel like it fits you, you're comfortable, it doesn't make you like bulky or hard to walk around with, and especially something like armor. It's so specific, and you look fantastic. I mean, you're a gorgeous girl anyway, but you look amazing. And the fact that
Thank
she
you.
did it vegan, it's so true.
Yeah, you don't want to have dead. You don't want to have dead animals hanging on you. Dead animal skin.
There are things that are still challenging to get vegan, like motorcycle jacket. Yeah, there are
No,
some
it's not.
challenging things that aren't.
You can find everything vegan now these
They're
days.
they're not widespread yet, is what I'm trying to say. It's still challenging. It's better for shoes and belts and for coats. All that stuff's fine, but specific things are challenging. And the fact that Emma's making an effort is, I'm very.
That's
She's
incredible.
she's a champion.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Thank you.
She's amazing.
I
Okay,
appreciate it.
I want to hear about Jarrett's hat and
My hat?
Yes.
I have
How'd
that.
you do
hat.
that? That's crazy.
I have that hat.
So this was designed by a very skilled prop maker. You might know her. Her name is Emma. Because side note for you guys, Emma and I are actually engaged.
Oh, are you having a Ghostbusters wedding? Can we all come?
Yes, you're all invited.
Congratulations, you guys.
That's
Thank
so
you.
cute.
Amazing.
And I'm currently in New York. She's currently in the UK. So it's.
Ooh, where are we gonna live? Where are we gonna live?
We're gonna live in New York.
Nice, amazing. Okay, we'll get into that later.
It would have been funny if she said It would have been funny if she said UK and you said New York.
Yeah, that
Like, wait. I thought
We had to prep before. We had to prep before the episode to make sure all our answers were the same. So it was like the newlywed game.
Is it gonna be a Ghostbusters wedding?
Probably.
I actually did talk to because there's a fireman who is also a Ghostbusters fan who works at Hook and Ladder 8 in Manhattan.
Where I was just there for the first time.
Isn't it?
Ever. I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah.
So I've been in touch with them, and we also know some cats that own Ectos, and obviously a big Ghostbusters community in New York and around here. So it's gonna, when it eventually happens, because we can get into it later, but visa paperwork takes a very long time. But we're gonna have just a very small thing. But I've been in touch with the cats at the firehouse, and I'm like, if we had maybe like 20 people in an ecto outside, with like, could we get married outside? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I'll make a donation to the FDNY, like whatever you want. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So
That's so cool. Congrats.
So
So eventually,
will we. So will the Ship It Show. You guys keep us posted. I love that
definitely.
so much. All right, so she made.
Oh.
Well, then.
So so this is Vince Clortho, Louis Tully, Rick Moranis's helmet from the '84 Ghostbusters.
It's my
And
favorite.
it is made out of a strainer. It is I believe it's 7 stars, vintage strainer, and then these are all. I'll get a little closer to the camera, but these are all vintage transistors and resistors and wires and stuff. And this is called a crenulated insulator. It's like if you can tell by Emma's costume, she strives for perfection. So I knew that it was that we were the right couple together, because we would spend nights scouring eBay going like, no, there's 4 ridges on that one and that one only has 3. That's not the right one.
What does that hat do if you turned it on?
I can't. It isn't plugged in right now, so I have not had a chance yet.
What is it supposed to do?
It's to read brainwaves. In the '84 movie, they put it on Louis Tully when he's been possessed by the Terror Dog, and so he's wearing it, and you can see the Terror Dog image, sort of a heat vision kind of image on the TV. So I think it's just there to read thoughts. And Emma made everything here, put everything together, just studying screenshots, studying other people's builds, putting everything together, and then recreated the logo on the bottom that says ProTech. And put it on vegan leather. So.
Oh, Emma, the attention to detail, beautiful.
So yeah,
so
it's got
intricate.
that, and there's I'm trying to reach behind me. There's a whole string of wires that go with it.
Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. Emma, you're so talented.
I think really labor intensive.
I think she needs to make me and Sipes these outfits for a live Ship It Show one day. What do you think?
That'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
But I want to turn the helmet on. You would see no brainwaves coming from my brain.
That's true. Look how fun. And I love the attention to detail. It's so wonderful. Like, it's one thing to cosplay and buy things at stores, which we've all done, but to put this much time, effort, thought, really, it's so beautiful, Emma. You're so talented. Wonderful. And
I
Jared,
appreciate it.
it looks so fun. Have you guys cosplayed this together at a con ever?
We haven't yet. Again, the distance has been a little challenging.
Yeah.
But when we are like together, I mean, that's the goal, right? That's couples goals, right?
Yeah. It helps.
I took Kylie out in a convention in Glasgow. Yeah, she was.
Glasgow?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
was
I'm
really
coming to
cool.
Wales. Will you come to Wales as Kylie?
Sorry.
I'm coming to Wales. Will you come as Kylie?
Oh, I mean, if I get invited, maybe. Wales is kind of far.
Is it? Yeah. I guess so.
All the way down south.
I think you're closer than I am, but that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Ghostbusters in the bottom. Let's hear your cosplay, and Slimer. We got to hear where that guy came from.
Oh, okay. Anyone? I'll let you go on that one.
So Slimer come from a shop over in the US called Halloween Costumes. He has travelled halfway across the world to be with us in the UK. So
Wow.
we were one of the first ones.
Especially
We were
yes.
the first.
Yeah,
We
one of
bugged them a lot to get him. I think we were constantly emailing them saying, "Is he in
Yes.
stock? Have you got him yet?" Because it was on the waiting list for a long time. But I mean, he's kind of all sort of latex foam, so he's all squishy, sort of all over. But they've done a nice job on him, to be fair.
Amazing. Can we see the whole thing? Pick him up so we see
Yeah, of course.
bottom.
I must be. He hasn't got his arms on there at the moment because he's
Whoa.
come off because they're magnetic. But
Uh-huh.
I'll try and lift this up. He's actually hollow inside, so we like to sort of try and hide our food in there. Cons. So no one knows where all our sweets are.
Oh my God, he's wonderful.
I'd be honest. He's probably one of the best things we've got.
Yes.
To be fair, we were very excited when we got him.
Wow.
Other than that, we try and source things as well off of eBay. 9 times out of 10, we'll buy things that are already available, but then we'll try and modify them to try and make them a little bit more sort of accurate. I'll give you an example. So these are, if I can get them on the camera, these are sort of goggles that are also from Spirit Halloween, but we take them, we repaint them, things like that, just to try and make them a little bit more, look a little bit more exact. 3D printing obviously is something that's helped us a long way now. Cosplaying without 3D printing, I just don't think it'd be where it is today.
It sorts a lot.
Yeah, and
Where's your packs? Where's your packs?
Where's your pack?
Our pack is behind you.
Oh, I'll try and move and I'll see if we can grab that quickly.
We want to see your packs.
Okay.
We'll get them out.
All of it.
Slimer, you have one of those in your bedroom, right, Greg? I'm not here to kink shame, but you do.
Yeah, but my Slimer's not hollow.
Oh my god.
So there we go.
Look at that pack.
Do you guys ever take Slimer into conventions and like hide snacks and stuff?
Zoom in on you. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
But we use a guy called Ben Kent, who's over here in
Ben Kent Props over in UK. He's like one of the
he's one of the leading guys that does kits at the moment, sort of thing. I think most people have heard of him. We know him quite well as well. He's a good guy. But obviously the Hasbro packs are out as well now, so that seems to be bringing a lot more people into the Ghostbusters sort of cosplay, which is a good thing. I'll just put that back down there.
Any kind of cosplay is a good thing. People being creative, expressing themselves, building community. It's such a rad thing. And Ghostbusters is one of the biggest.
It's also like a really fun cosplay to do in groups. Most of the time you see there's not usually just one Ghostbuster in a con. They're usually groups. And how long have you guys been a group?
2018?
2018. We had a local convention in our hometown. We didn't know each other at the time.
Even though we lived in the same town?
Yeah, we never knew each other.
No way!
No, we didn't know each other until we had a local con.
Wow.
We had the Ecto one down there. We all went to this local event. We all met and then formed the group that is the group today.
Yeah.
And how many members do you have?
We have 4.
4?
Yeah, we have the original 3 that was first met, and then we've got a new guy now who's joined us a few months ago. So yeah, we're 4 strong now.
Yeah.
Amazing. And do you guys always go together to cons?
Yeah. So I'd say we started off by going to them, and then we kind of wanted to be a bit more sort of part of them, really. So we started building up the props, doing displays, things like Slimer. So now we get invited by a lot of the cons, don't we? To go and set up and do like photo ops and displays, and and it's just nice to see all ages. I mean, it still shocks me that we can have small children come up and know exactly who we are, and yet we can have people well into their older years, shall we say, coming up and loving it and just wanting photos with us. So it's nice to see.
I love that so much. It really is something that's transcended all age groups, all countries. It's one of those movies and series that have really maintained because it's so fun. And of course, there's also this wonderful mystical element. Obviously, the first film was a comedy, and there's a lot of comedic stuff about every iteration. But there is also this very special magical component where we're all so fascinated by ghosts. How much of that comes into your inspiration when you guys are doing things? Is it all for fun, or is there an element of...
No, I've done some like serious ghost hunts as well, and investigations. Well, obviously being in the UK.
Well,
have you seen anything crazy?
We want to hear about
we actually did a photo shoot at a place just up the road from us. It's like an old castle, and we done a couple of photos there with a professional photographer, and when we got back, one of the photos had like a funny shaped orb and that in the corner. Had some old stuff going in the corner and some shadows and stuff.
But we do have some great haunted locations over here. So I mean, even on the professional things, we've picked up readings, and like temperatures have dropped, and some really even there's been times where it's almost been like the films, like I'm going back to the car to get the pack.
Can you guys see can you see in my recording booth? There's ghosts in here. Can you see that? There's like definitely stuff right here.
Ghostly lights outside my window.
Yeah, we're definitely getting some
going on.
Yeah.
There's a microphone ghost. Look at that thing.
It's so real.
I mean, it could be your own astral body that's left your body already. That
is true.
That would explain a lot.
Get back in here.
What's the craziest story any one of you have encountered in real ghostbusting?
In real ghostbusting, I can't quite remember the name. It was a place there, so sort of Kent area, and it was an old church that had a bad history as well of of sort of cults and stuff like that, and it eventually did get burnt down, I believe, somewhere around the 18th century. And we went there, and it's one of those ones that's got a lot of graves right from World War One. And like I said, we started getting some weird things on our EMF meters. There was definitely nothing electrical for miles. I mean, it was pitch black as well. So when that was going off, and then when the temperature started dropping on a summer's evening, that was when I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm not staying. I'm leaving.
Oh my god!
And I mean, like all of UK is so old. There's got to be so many ghosts everywhere.
Yeah.
It says that on the sign, right? It just says, "Welcome to the UK. It's haunted."
Haunted.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
we have ghosts. Welcome in.
It's easy
welcome to the UK.
It's easier to just
we've got ghosts.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I love that so much. You guys are so cute and wonderful. Maybe you'll come to Wales.
We'll be there.
But there's ghosts there.
Why not?
Maybe you'll come to Wales. I love that so much.
Hopefully, we'll see you in London at some point. There's plenty of cons down here.
I was there right before COVID. One of the London cons before COVID. It was wonderful. For me, it was really fun because I hadn't done UK yet. So to have like girls in their, I don't know, 20s or 30s clutching their little Bubbles toys saying, I've waited my whole life. I've had it since I was like 5. And Ben 10. They love Ben 10 in the UK. And of course they love Titans, Greg. Of course they do.
Ben 10 is huge in the UK.
It really is. You guys got so many more cool toys and merch than we did for that series. Like people are like, oh, I got my Ben 10 beanbag. I'm like, what? I never got a Ben 10 beanbag.
Oh, there was quite a lot of Ben 10 stuff over there. There really was.
And I see you guys all have quite a bit of paraphernalia too. I see Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I think, behind you.
Yeah, we've got something. I think your one's signed by Billy as well. We've got that signed by Billy Bryant.
Oh, wow. Talk about the collecting of this stuff for all of you, too.
Oh, that's going to be more
I started collecting, obviously, all the stuff you see behind us back in, I think it was 2014, 2015. And it grew since then. Like, you'd see something with a No Ghost logo on it. I've got to buy it. It's got to go to the collection. I love seeing it. It brings happiness, like, just to have it all there and just...
I'd say you're only seeing a very small... This whole room, honestly, if I could pan the camera and that's all you'd see that wall another 4 times easily.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that. It is fun. Collecting stuff is fun. How about you, Jarrett? Do you have a bunch of stuff or just
I do. There's just a small smattering over there.
Oh, I see you've got some packs.
Yeah, so there's some packs over there, and then there's some just regular other props from other movies over there. I did collect too. I agree with the guys. Like anytime for the longest time, like there was no Ghostbusters stuff, and so then anytime you saw like, oh, there's a mug or oh, there's a wallet, like, and it has a logo on it, like you just wanted to get it. But the funny story, which will probably lead into Emma's collecting because she's insane. We met because we were in the same couple of groups, online groups and stuff like that, and then a website called the Replica Prop Forum, which is where a lot of the Ghostbusters and other prop makers go for references and runs of props, and people make stuff and everything. And I kept seeing this like massive Back to the Future collection. Every time I saw it, I was like, wow, that's so, like, it's so cool because she has everything. Like you want the mug that George McFly is drinking out of when, he's having breakfast at the diner. Like she's got it. You want the videotape that's in the window of in Hill Valley in 2015. She's got it. And I was like, oh, wow, it's so cool. Like, that's so cool. I wish I could have a collection like that. And then I looked up whose collection it was. And I was like, oh, wow, she's really cute. And I was like, but she lives in the UK. I was like, forget it. But then we started up a friendship, and then it developed from there, and we just became very, very friendly, and then I guess a little flirty, and then
that's how it goes.
I did like this whole like photo project for her, not an erotic photo project. But
listen, we are not here to shame. If you guys want to do Ghostbusters kink, There
Go
is no
for it.
kink shaming here.
When I send like if I take a selfie of myself and send it to like friends of mine and be like, look, I got the helmet, and they'll be like, is this a sex thing? And I'm like, no. For the last time, the answer
You're
is
like,
no.
yeah, it is. I will
Yeah.
ectoplasm all over you.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Slimer's
See
pretty
these
hot.
Guys, can I show you guys to Hot Boyfriend? Come look at
Yes.
these guys.
It's always the quiet ones.
Look at this. Look at this. She made this.
Holy
This
shit.
is Willie. She made
Willie.
this out of
Hey.
3D printing.
Hey, Greg.
What's up, dude?
This she made too with all vintage stuff, like on eBay. Like it's a vintage strainer and all that. Like she won't buy any of those things unless it's actually vintage. And show
wild.
the cords on the back.
The wires, the crazy wires.
Insane?
Look at all that.
That's so
Look at
lit.
that.
And these guys are part of a group in the UK, which we'll hopefully meet when we go to Wales.
Oh yeah,
And they've got a full Slimer.
lots of Slimer.
Well, we'll have a
Amazing.
container
Lots of
there
Slimer.
and all sorts, hopefully.
Amazing. Are they
Oh,
amazing?
it's so sick.
These guys are engaged and they're going to try and have their wedding at the fire station that we were at.
Oh no way.
In the helmet that he's wearing, so if he's bad, she can shock him.
Instead of in the helmet, if he's bad, she can shock him.
If he causes her any kind of stress, she just can shock
You
him.
better be good, Jared. She's
Yeah.
got all the wires. She's got all the controls.
Yep.
Again, we're not kink shaming.
No, no, it's all
Guys are
good.
into it.
Yeah, whatever kind of Ghostbuster paraphernalia you have is fine.
Whatever,
with us.
whatever floats your
It is the
ghost.
Ship It show, so we're here for it. We're here for
Who are
it.
you shipping Slimer with?
Yeah, I want to know.
Me.
Oh, Miranda wants Slimer. Okay.
He's pretty cute. I like his teeth.
Oh, hey, Miranda.
It's a good segue into this question. Who's everybody shipping in this world?
Kylie and me. She's very
Woo!
cute.
Yeah, Kylie's pretty hot. She's hot.
Jared, who are you shipping?
Wait, are you shipping Mary Kill right now? Is that what you're doing?
I mean, I'm giving a portion of the question, but we could do the full question since it's your favorite part of the show. I know.
I mean, it's a good part of the show, but we also have to hear about Emma's collectibles.
Okay, let's go there.
I wanted to ask, like, for everyone, Jarrett, Emma, and Kieran, and James, what's your favorite collectible that you have? I know it's really hard, but like, what's your, like, it could be like your most personal favorite, like something that you got with the story behind it. You know what? Honestly, whatever. I just want to know.
No, it's a difficult one. I like something I've built. I know it sounds funny, not something I've bought. It's, I mean, I think the best one I've got is, where did that go? Hang on. That. So this was, hang on, if I sit down, hopefully the camera will come back in on me. So this was from Ghostbusters 2. So it's the gigameter that they used, and it was 3D printed. But if I get it, hopefully it'll
Whoa.
Oh, it's beeping.
behave itself, which it's not. It's always the way, isn't it? Whenever you try and get something to work, you don't want to work.
doesn't want to work.
But the electronics are in it, and it all sort of spins, which is not going to do now. Oh, there you go.
I love the
Oh,
sound. I
always
love the
camera
sound
shy.
of it.
But yeah, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, so to me, that's the kind of, because you don't see many of them out there, so that's why that's one of my favourites. To be
That's
fair,
one of your favorites. Nice.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think anything we've built a few things there, haven't we? Over the sort of time. Like, you know, the RC cars, the ghost trap from the latest film. Like, you can't really get that, so we've had to build them.
We've built them, and we race them.
We race
on a
them
regular
around
basis.
No
cons and things
way!
like
That
that.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Little
Wow.
ghost race.
Have you ever
Yeah.
caught anything? Have you ever caught anything in your traps, boys?
They've been known to smoke once or twice, haven't they?
Yes,
Sort of thing.
absolutely.
Yeah, some nice baits.
Nice, babes.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
How
that's
about you,
about
Emma?
it. What
What's
about
your
you?
favorite? What's your favorite toy, Emma, that you've got or collectible?
I actually have a screen used slice bottle from Back to the Future. So I think this is probably my favorite because it's obviously that was used in the movie in '89, which is amazing. So yeah, I would go for that.
Amazing. And what kind of? Well, I see you've got another Ghostbusters outfit behind you. What other
Yeah, so
collectibles do you have?
I do have every outfit. So I have Ghostbusters 1 suit, Ghostbusters 2 suit, like the charcoal version. I have like a spirit pack. I have the hazmat pack. I have all the gizmo and all of the things that go on the belts. I do also make a Dana cosplay and a Janine cosplay that I go to conventions with. So yeah, I mean, I literally have every outfit from Ghostbusters. But yeah.
Amazing. And have you done actual Ghostbustering, Emma?
Yeah, so I was part of a group, but we were just doing conventions. So, but it was kind of fun because obviously a lot of the kids come to you and kind of like, try to catch ghosts with you. So that's kind of fun.
That's so cute. Guys, forgive me because I don't know. Are there actual Ghostbusters conventions where they have set up ghost hunting things? Does that exist?
Not they did have an actual Ghostbuster convention. It was Ectech. It was actually
but
there's
nothing to do with the
no, there's nothing to do with the real stuff. But they did have just a Ghostbuster convention as such, which allowed a lot of guys to go. I think that was last year. Was it last year? Ectocon?
Yeah, Ectocon in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Ectocon.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Okay.
It was really fun.
Busting
It would be
ghosts all
fun
day.
too at certain cons if they sort of said, we're gonna have a Ghostbusters evening and did like a fun little ghost hunt or something. That would
Or
be
like
really
like
fun.
a rave, like a Ghostbusters rave with like EDM versions.
I'm like finding ghosts, and Miranda's like, we're popping Molly and we're dancing. That's what happened.
Both at the same time.
Oh my god, I love that so much. You guys are so good. Okay, now we can ship Mary Kill for Greg. So it can be anywhere in the Ghostbusters universe. Who would you ship yourself? Who would you marry? And who would you kill in the Ghostbusters world? We could start with anybody. So whoever wants to take it can take it. Reese, you're not on the show. Sorry, my dog is 120 pounds and breathes very heavy. You can see her nose.
I'm not sure. I think there's an answer on that.
No.
I would marry Kylie for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Pretty awesome. You'd ship her too, probably.
Yeah. Or Janine. Janine is kind of cool.
She's cool. She's cool.
Yeah, I really liked her in Real Ghostbusters. Kill? Probably Eduardo.
Oh no!
For obvious reasons.
Oh no! He's coming on the show. Yeah, he'll be there. Don't worry, we'll play that clip for him. Don't worry. I'm gonna say the coolest cosplay Kylie I've ever seen once you dead. That's what I'm gonna say. It's okay, Emma. I actually think I wanted to kill him a few times while we were on the show too. All right, how about you, Jarrett? Ship, marry, kill.
I'm gonna have to agree with Emma. I'd probably say Janine and Kylie are probably interchangeable. Ship, marry, and kill. Oh, Egon's ponytail.
Okay, fair.
Let's go with that.
Okay, boys.
I think the same as what you said, yeah. And who would we kill?
I think we've met a few people that we. No, we can't. No, I don't know. Kill. That's a difficult one, isn't it?
What about like
because a lot of the ghosts are dead.
Ghosts?
Yeah,
like re-kill them because you put them.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with kill Slimer. I'm afraid Slimer's gonna have to our kill. Yeah,
you're gonna kill
but
Slimer.
We're bringing him back. That's a good thing. Yeah, but we can kill him and bring him back. So we just let him out again, and he's ready to go again.
He's a ghost. He's already dead. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I suppose so. I want to know how y'all reacted when I slid into your DMs.
Oh, that's a good question. We wanted to know how you even found out about us, to be fair.
Well, when I decide I'm going to do a show, I start scouring TikTok and Instagram and look for my favorite cosplayers, and I'm like, oh, this would be fun to have on the show. This would be fun to have on the show. Tell us your story. And then I'm like, come on the show. So
Cool.
That's how I found you. I was just searching. If you search the hashtag Ghostbusters Cosplay, y'all pop up.
Yeah, because like I said, we've not been going a huge amount of time, but we were amazed how quickly we've kind of grown really, and yeah, the following, and yeah, it's very
just four
surreal.
guys pretending to catch ghosts.
Yeah, four guys that lived in the same little town that just decided one day, let's do this.
Let's dress up as Ghostbusters.
You know, we've got people now from all over the world going, I know you guys, and you're like, okay.
we get messages from people in America going, we've just seen you on a local news program.
Yeah, because we ended up with some national newspapers, didn't we?
Yeah,
for some of the shows we did, and obviously,
we even made we did a charity fun run on the local pier near us, and we took a picture out to sea, and for a laugh, we edited in the Statue of Liberty in the water, and the paper printed it.
Yeah, we didn't even know about it. It ended up in the newspapers,
so that was a shock to see.
Oh, I love that.
How crazy did you get when you saw that Tara Strong had DM'd you?
Oh, yes. When I yeah, I couldn't speak for a little while.
I'll be honest.
I was very shocked, and when I let the other team members know that I sadly couldn't be here because they're currently on holiday,
yeah,
they were very shocked as well.
I think Slimer slimed himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Slime was the most shocked of all. You see his mouth still open. He's still in shock.
It's happened a few times though. We've had emails and we've just kind of gone, no, that's not real. That's someone's just having a bit of a joke with us.
Yeah, no, they're messing. They're messing.
We got the same with the London premiere, didn't we? When we got the email from Sony inviting us to the London premiere, we're like, no
way, you guys
real,
got to the premiere?
Yeah. We ended up with the London premiere.
We was there with Jason Reitman, Gil, and Ivan.
Yeah, we got to see Ivan Reitman, meet him and Jason, and it was great. I mean, that was definitely one of our highlights.
That's exciting. What is this giant thing of juice? Is there ghost material in this?
Oh yeah, that's our positive slime.
Positive mood slime.
They've been making sure it's been in a good mood all day. You know, singing to it, keeping it happy.
Okay, you know. Got it. How about you, Emma? What'd you think?
Oh, I was like extremely thrilled. I was like, this is amazing. I actually tagged you on my original post, hoping that you would see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like I think you were at the convention at the time, like the first time I actually, shared the pictures. So I was like, oh, she's never gonna see that, it's doomed. But then I decided to make like another story, and you've seen it, and I was like, oh, I'm so thrilled. This is amazing. So I was just so happy, and I'm really honored to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh my gosh, you deserve to be here. Like I said, I don't see many Kylie cosplays, and it's so important for... I actually think Extreme Ghostbusters was a wonderful show for representation. We had our first girl Ghostbusters. We had our first guy in a wheelchair Ghostbuster. We had all kind of ethnicities. And I think that's lacking in a lot of... other Ghostbusters iterations. There's never been... Until now, we had a girl movie. But I don't think there's ever been an on-camera person in a wheelchair.
No,
never.
But was the movie any good?
Which one?
The one with all girls?
Oh, I don't know. Did you see it, Emma? Did you like it?
It was all right. I mean, the script could have been better. Like the special effects were really good. But it's a shame. It's definitely be better.
It's a shame. But Emma, you said originally that it was sort of ahead of its time, and I think that's true. I think it would be fun to revisit.
Oh, the Extreme Ghostbusters? Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they got 40 episodes is incredible. I mean, even though it's only one season, it's a lot of content. And I feel like sci-fi in general has been kind of a breeding ground for like diversity and in media. Like I feel like stuff like Doctor Who, I don't know, they're very, very diverse casts, and I just love the fact that everyone can find a place in a Ghostbusters show of all things.
That is cool.
Yeah. If they bring it back, y'all would be happy. Is that what I'm getting?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd be thrilled if they brought it back.
Do you guys have a favorite episode of Extreme Ghostbusters? We're gonna have the cast on sometime this week.
Nice.
I think for me it was when the originals from the real Ghostbusters came back. When they come back and cameoed and they come back to help, and it was just so perfectly done. It was brilliant.
Yeah, that's fun.
But I enjoyed it overall because that was more my era, because I was not born till after I was late 80s child. So I watched a lot of it growing up, and I'd sit there on Saturday mornings with my cereal, waiting for it to come on, glued to the TV, not moving.
Aww, I love that.
I loved it. I grew up with it. It's fantastic. So to be here with you is an honor.
Yeah, I'm a bit too old, aren't I? That's the problem. I'm still the real Ghostbuster.
Yeah, he's the old man.
Aww. How about you, Emma? Do you have a favorite episode?
The one with the Ghostbusters comeback was really good, but I also really liked the one with the magician where you meet Kelly's cat, and I think it was Eduardo that gets turned into her cat, and it was just like, it was I think it was really fun. And the really good thing about Extreme Ghostbusters is like, I feel like every ghosts were different. Like there wasn't one ghost that had the same kind of like, display of evil, I would say. It was like completely different. Like each ghost had their own thing. It was, even there was even diversity in ghosts.
That's true. We had so much fun recording that. It's the only show I've ever done regularly as an animated series in the evening, because at the time Alfonso Ribeiro as well as Jason Marsden were on camera series sitcoms, and so they couldn't tape during the day, so we would tape at night in the studio together, and it was so much fun. I just remember like Maurice LaMarche putting like peanut butter on pizza, and like we had weird stuff happen in the evenings. But it was really, really fun. And back in the day when we all recorded together, which of course now mostly we're on Zoom, so it's kind of sad. But anyway, how about you, Jared? Do you have a favorite episode?
I was gonna agree with the guys I like the the episode where all the OG Ghostbusters came back, because it was nice that they kind of took stuff from the original series, but just like even that first episode, like I was a little too old for it as well. I was almost out of high school when it came on, and but I was like, another Ghostbusters cartoon, what are they doing? And it was just like, I mean, you can speak to this. I mean, like Batman the Animated Series set like the tone for all these like serious, like emotional, animated series, and then everybody was trying to like do that. So then like you have this edgy 90s, I mean, even the theme song, it starts off with like the grunge guitar, and then you have Jim Cummings coming in, when there's something strange, and you're like, oh wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, you're right. That Batman was maybe the first round of the trend of making animation more like natural, more like real show, not like over the top cartoony, even though you're dealing with things that are ghosts or whatever. It still felt like
it's more grounded.
It was totally grounded, and it was
really true.
And it was nice to see like what they were doing, like what Egon and everybody was doing like a little bit later, and just like that Kylie was like a super fan, and I forget who it was, but they were just like there, probably Eduardo, just to pass the class because nobody ever takes it,
Yeah. Oh look, she's got.
And she made Spengler Spirit Guide. Yeah.
Of course she did. Of course she made it.
I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that a franchise like this continues on to this day, but it's because the first movies were so good. The first movie, especially, I think, is a masterpiece in its own right. And I think when something is that good, as far as a piece of art, like when art is so good, a film is so good, it just has this forever, life.
Yeah, it's got immortality.
Yeah. The original movie is so good.
And I got to point out too, like, so when Emma sent me a screenshot, she's like, Tara Strong just messaged me and said, do you want to be in my show? And I was like, yes, of course, say yes. Like, she's Canadian royalty. You have to be on that show.
Oh, thanks, Karen.
By the way, that's not really Tara. This is a deep fake.
You better shut up, because that's happening. That's
the ghost of Tara Strong.
That's the chat.
I'm the chat GPT. What do you call it?
GTTT Tara.
Yeah.
And
I'm AI Tara.
You're AI Tara. I also got to thank you for just as a complete sidebar, voicing one of my favorite running gags. I'm pulling deep from like the well here. Is that you voiced one of the two giggling girls in Kevin Smith's Clerks cartoon?
Yeah, wow, that is pulling. That is wow.
And every time, even 6 episodes only, but every time that bit came back, it made me laugh so much because it was just absurd, an absurd running gag.
I love that. That was a fun show, actually, Clerks.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, too. Jay Muse just posted that they had another baby, which congratulations, Jay. They're such a sweet, sweet duo. Guys, we don't have much more time, but I really like when cosplayers come on to inspire younger generations, maybe kids that are bullied for liking cosplay.
Yep.
And any advice you have to give to the younger generation of people that maybe are nervous to start or don't know where to start or are nervous they're going to be bullied for liking this sort of thing, and maybe share some of your experiences and advice. Anyone can go first.
I'd probably say, I mean, the first time is always the most difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really? And you just got to take that leap of faith, and I promise you, it will be probably one of the best things you've ever done, really, because it just opens up a whole new world. And I mean, as far as the Ghostbusters side goes, is put on an overall and you're one of us. It's as simple as that. This is what we love more so about the Ghostbusters cosplayers.
You haven't got to have all the equipment. You've got the overalls and you want to be a Ghostbuster. You are a Ghostbuster.
You're one of us.
You're one of us. You're a cosplayer. Just run with it, and if you love doing it, it's close to your heart, do it. Go out there and do it. You never.
I've never
You
known
would not
anyone
love
to
it.
try it and not come away loving it. Let's just put it that way.
That's
we have loads
great.
of-
That's a great piece of advice. How true.
Well, we get so many young children that like we love doing it, and just do it.
Yeah.
Go carry on, do it.
I think it's nice as well because even the younger generation, they almost really do think you're a Ghostbuster.
Yes.
It's like they've come away. I know it sounds funny, but we're not exactly the superhero type. We're your average man type. But I just think the kids love that.
Yeah.
That they can realise that you can be that sort of thing, and it's nice to inspire them, I guess. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we get parents, don't we, going up to us and saying, the kids just haven't stopped talking about you. Like if we bump into them again, sort of thing.
Yeah, we've got a young little boy who's followed us. Him and his mother follows everything we do since we started. They've come to every event we're at, and we've watched this young boy grow up. And he's wearing our patch on his arm, and he says, "When I grow up, I want to be a Ghostbuster. I want to do what you do." And it's just fantastic to see the younger generation doing it.
I love that so much. And it's so true, right? Like these kids that like say, "Oh, I really want to, but I'm scared." It's one of those things where you take that leap and more than likely you're going to be happy you did. More than
Yeah,
likely. It's very
absolutely.
rare to hear someone say, "Oh, I had a bad time cosplaying." It happens, let's be real. Sometimes people are not so nice and it does happen. But for the most part, it is a very welcoming community. And in general, cosplay is everyone's accepted. It doesn't matter your body type or your age or the color of your skin, who you love, who you
Absolutely.
worship. There's wonderful
It's for everyone.
And it's every age as
opportunities
well.
for everybody. Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
For everyone, all ages.
I've all ages. I've seen.
We've
people
seen
doing all sorts
we've
of
seen
costumes and
someone dress up as a Ghostbuster who's in their late 80s
Yeah.
at an event, and young as toddler age up until pension age.
I think we've even had that question. We've had people on our thing going, "Look, I want to come to the con, and I've got the costume, but I don't know if I should wear it because I'm on my own." And we're like, "Put it on, get down here," and they have, and
and they've thoroughly
they've
enjoyed it.
become long life friends after that sort of thing.
Yeah, they're no longer on their own, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a beautiful, inclusive
A cosplayer's never on their own.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, I
Let's
love
make
that.
t-shirts. Let's make t-shirts.
Yeah, that's a good clip to,
I
to
love
blast
that.
out
I
there.
love that. How about you, Emma?
I feel like if you're like a very young age, maybe try to surround yourself with people that share the same passion and build yourself a community, to share those things. And like, I would say start small. Like my first cosplay was Elle from Death Note, which is an anime, and it was just a white shirt and jeans, so start with something simple, have fun. And then if you want really to build that skill, then keep doing at it. Because creativity is really important, and I feel like people should really explore that if they can. And it can be from anything, just wearing a wig to like build extreme amazing armors. So it's just just have fun, and it's not a competition. Like just it's
It's true. It's not a competition. You're out there to
Yeah,
have
definitely.
fun. And
Yeah,
if you have
have
something
fun.
wonderful that
Enjoy it.
everybody loves, great. Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
How about you, Jarrett?
I'm just gonna echo what everybody's saying. It's just like, just do it and try it. And even if you're scared to go to something like New York Comic Con or London Comic Con or something that's like very overwhelmingly, large, try and find like a local con like at your, in your town or nearby or something, and just check it out. Because the one thing that I found when I kind of just started discovering like, that, it was okay that like I have a billion movie props and, I have a huge collection of toys and and I'm spending nights looking for resistors that don't exist anymore and stuff. Like you'll find your people, like, and I think the cosplay community and especially the Ghostbusters community for sure, but definitely the cosplay community is so welcoming. And the first time I went to New York Comic Con, because I dreaded it for years, like you walk in and it's so many people, but I was like, but these are my people. Like so happy and just like seeing people walk in just varying levels of cosplay from like, a white shirt and jeans
it also
to
brought you love, right? Have you guys met in person yet?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think other people might wonder that.
Oh yeah.
But, right, it brought you guys together, this love. Of
Right. Well, I mean, that was
playing and
People used to tell me all the time because I used to have all this, I have all the, like I said, all the, these props and stuff. And they'd be like, when you get married and stuff, like, she's not going to let you keep all that stuff around. And I said, I was like, no, I'll probably have to make like an office or something with all my stuff. And then I met Emma, and now our conversations are like, we don't have enough rooms for all of our stuff.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Aw,
so
you guys
cute.
your whole house can be just fun stuff everywhere.
People tell us we should charge
Definitely.
admission, like,
Not a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Pretty good.
but hopefully wedding soon. COVID kind of slowed down the visiting process, but
Yeah.
she'll be back in New York in June. I'll be back in the UK in October, and we're just kind of flying back and forth until the visa gets approved, and then we'll
Aw.
make the move.
Congratulations, you
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, we have one more question for you. We like to flip the ship. So if you guys have any questions for Greg, Miranda, or I, now is your chance.
Yeah, actually, I was wondering, how did you get to voice Kylie? Like, obviously, you probably did an audition, but like, did you know what you were getting into, or like?
Not really, and at the time I was playing several dark, tragic teenagers. And I really had to make a distinction in my mind that she's different than um, Sharina Wicket from Detention. She's different from Ingrid from Fillmore. She's different from Raven. She's different from Batgirl. She's her own entity because they have to be. And so for me as an actor, I rely on the drawings and the backstory and who she is and sort of imagine I'm in their world. Like I can picture all of the action that's happening in my mind because when you're doing an on-camera show, if there's something coming at you, you can see it. When you're doing a voiceover show, you have to see the action in your mind. And so she became very important. I've always been drawn to magic, and I loved, of course, the idea of a female Ghostbuster inspiring young girls and friends of young girls. And I was so excited when I booked it. Also, like to be an actual Ghostbuster in some sort of professional entertainment way was like, oh my God, like I can say I was a Ghostbuster. Like it was so exciting and cool, and I still think it is. And when people cosplay as Ghostbusters, I get excited. Sometimes I get toys. There's like one Kylie toy that I have. I'm sure you have it, Emma. Do you have it?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know which one is it.
Garrett, I think there's a present
it's-
coming.
That's on now.
It's from the time of toys when toys didn't really have to look like it. So it's a good figure, but it's a weird looking figure.
It's weird looking, but at least it's her. At least she has her own figurine. Yeah. But I don't know that I knew initially that it would carry fandom this long. Of course, I was hopeful. We all the actors, when they book something, they hope it goes on forever and people love it, even past when we're not here on the planet anymore. Look at everything that Kevin Conroy touched. We're all so, moved by his work and always will be. But it was a wonderful, wonderful time in my life. And like I said, it was the only show we taped at night. So we all became very close very quickly. As it is when you're on a show together, you become a family. But that was a very unique situation, and we had a really, really good time.
Nice, thank you. How about you, Miranda and Greg? Like, if you had to voice one Ghostbusters, which Ghostbusters would you have picked?
Slimer.
There you go.
Oh boy.
What does he even sound? What does Slimer sound like?
What do you mean? You said you were a big fan of the movie.
Yeah, Greg.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Weird.
Pretty
Greg
much
can't
how he's
remember
doing it now
something.
would work for me.
Give me a Slimer sound.
I reckon you've got it already as you are now, just as you are. Perfect.
Okay, good. I got
You as Slimer right now.
Yeah, just Greg voice.
I can see me
Yeah.
giggling more though than trying to
There we
catch
go.
Good. I got the role.
So, I don't know. We'll talk about that.
Oh man, if I were to ever, I would love to voice any ghost. I think like some sort of scary gray lady type, that kind of spooky, kind of eerie. If I were to actually voice a Ghostbuster, I could never outdo Tara and Kylie. Obviously not. Not even gonna try.
Maybe you'll be like Kylie's little sister.
I would love that.
In the reboot.
In the reboot. Come on, DPN, give me the audition. Give me the audition. I can do it. I can crush it.
Reboot. Any other guests have any questions for us? It can be anything. It doesn't have to be Ghostbusters related.
Anyone?
I think exactly. Yeah, it was just about the Kylie. How did you find playing, like voicing her? Like, obviously, you've answered. I think in your answer about the previous question, I think you answered everything I was going to ask.
Yeah, and it was like any other audition where we as the actor will get a drawing of the character, we'll get a brief character description, we'll get something called sides, which is a portion of the script that they want you to read for the audition. And you as the actor sort of have to try and think, what do they want? And then how do I put my own spin on it? Because typically there are hundreds, sometimes thousands of people vying for the same role. So what makes you special? What makes you unique? What makes the production go, oh, we kind of like that, you know? And you never know. And that's the other thing too, as an actor, you can't beat yourself up if you don't get something. Because I've been in casting sessions where they say, well, that guy was a good actor, but we really liked how the other guy said the letter R.
Yeah.
And that's what
Did
broke
you
the
want-
part.
All you gotta do is tell the casting director, I know where you live.
That's how Greg gets all his
Yeah.
horses people.
Have you worked with is there anybody that you still haven't worked with that you want to voiceover wise? Or like at this point you've just worked with everybody?
Well, she's working with me, so that's all that you really could ask.
Besides Greg.
That's it. It ends with me.
I think my new dream is to be the Extreme Ghostbusters reboot with Miranda Parkin as my little sister.
And Slimer.
I would do it.
Although I did work with Miranda recently because she's producing her own cartoon, which is absolutely brilliant. She draws it, she writes it, she stars in it, she sings in it. You guys will see it and you'll see her work. She's amazing.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We have some meetings set up for next week. So, because we finally got represented by a literary agency. Yay.
That's
well done.
Maybe my dream will come true and I'll get to work alongside Miranda on a show.
Or we can just do the Extreme Ghostbusters reboot ourselves.
Yeah.
And just be like,
hello,
hey, Sony. We already made it. We made it. It's done.
You guys, this is
You're
such
welcome.
a treat. And I love hearing about all the stuff that inspired you. You guys are all such good energy humans and it's so much fun. And I hope you guys get to do something fun at the fire station. I was just there. My son started going to college in New York and I was crazy. And I was walking by and I saw the Ghostbusters thing and I'm like, oh my God. And it didn't like register yet. And people were taking pictures outside. And one of the firemen came out and said, Tara Strong, get in here. And I'm like, I don't know who I am. And he's like, this is the Ghostbusters firehouse. I'm like, shut up. And then I went inside and the people outside were like, how come she gets to go in? We were taking pictures outside and she goes, and their whole wall has like every patch. They have a lot of toys and paraphernalia and they're really big fans. Also, I've met some people that have the vehicle at cons. Have you guys seen the cars at cons?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty fun. A lot of those are pretty well done. It's definitely a show that's inspired a lot of friendships and love. And I'm so grateful that you guys have been here. Let's go around the room one more time, telling everybody where they can find you and we'll plug it on the site. Jarrett, starting with you.
I'm just at probably Jarrett anywhere you look for me.
Thanks for being here, Jarrett.
Thank you so much for having me.
Emma.
Yeah, you can find me at Emma Meligny, Meligny, and on Instagram, on Facebook, and I go by Emma and Candleland on TikTok. And I just wanted to add that also. So I'm video game tester. That's my 8 to 5 job. But I do prop and cosplays and graphic design. So yeah. So if you need anything, just hit me up.
We will, Emma. We actually will.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, sweetie. All right, you guys. How about you?
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook at Southend-on-Sea Ghostbusters, and on Instagram we are at SOS Ghostbusters UK.
Amazing. Do you guys have an individual one that you want everyone to follow too? You're welcome to.
No, we just have the group one. We do everything together.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're a team. We do everything together.
Aw, you guys are so cute.
It's like the real
Thank you guys.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they are. Thank you guys for being here. It's been
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. It's an honour. Thank you so much.
Sweet, so sweet.